This is our sixth lecture on P.B.Shelley's A Defense of Poetry. Now this is wholly devoted to who a poet is. Poet. Who is a poet? What is his function? Can we consider historians as poets? Revolutionaries as poets? Prose writers as poets? So these are the points that we are discussing today. Now he says poets are authors. This first is poets. So this is all about poet. It's a poet session. Poets. Now poets are authors, he says. Authors. Authors of what? Authors of language. Authors of music, of dance, of architecture, of statuary, of painting. See, look at that. So language, music, authors of language, of music, of painting, of statuary, of language, dance, of language, music, painting, statuary, dance, architecture. Painting, architecture. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So poets are authors. They are authors of, in a wider sense, poets are authors of language. For example, they create language. They are creating language. Simple, that means combinations. Different combinations. Not that they are creating a new language, but when you put words in different combinations, that becomes a language. Because you express ideas. Shakespeare's to be or not to be. To be or not to be. Simple. So that example will be enough, I think. To be or not to be. There's nothing except all the words are known to you. Simple words. Isn't it? But when it is in that combination, what's the meaning? Okay. Same, again in that same, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, that is mortal, you know, everybody knows what is mortal and coil. And we have shuffled off this mortal coil, creating a new language. Put out the light and then put out the light. Again creating a new language. Isn't it? You got that, you get the creating is combination of words. Different combinations and with different meanings. Then authors of music. We know famous Kalyanji Anandji, Shankar Jaikishan. These are great poets. Kalyanji Anandji, you know, those songs, famous songs, Mera Jeevan, Kora Kagaj, Pal Pal, that song, Dil Mein Rehta Hai, Rehte Ho. So the music, great music. Then dance. Dance. They are authors of dance. Michael Jackson. He's a poet. Michael Jackson is a poet. He created something, moonwalk. That is his. Isn't it? All these choreography, they are poets. Architecture. Taj. Most famous, Taj. Taj. Wonders of the world. Eiffel Tower. They are poets. Statuary and painting. Painting and statuary. Here you have Kalyanji. Kalyanji Anandji. Statuary Michelangelo. Michelangelo. See this? Michelangelo's statues, they are poems. There is a song in Malayalam, Kallil Kotti Vecha Kavite. Kallil means stone, pathar. Kallil means pathar. Pathar mein or pathar se. पत्थर से बना हुआ कविता, the poem. So you can create poems with the patthar, stone. When you change the form of the stone into a beautiful statue, it is a poem. Mathura Meenakshi temple, you have heard of that. No? Just go and see, you will send poems one after another. It's a collection of poems. Like that in almost all the temples in India you will find that. So that is poems. So here you have got the authors of language and means new combinations, authors of music, authors of painting, authors of statuary, authors of dance, authors of architecture. They are poets. Listen, they are poets. And then they are poets and they are also, there's one, they are also institutors of law, founders of civil society, inventors of art of life. Inventors of art of life. And then agents of that invisible world, which is that invisible world that is presented before us. Religion. Yes. And they are teachers. Poets are teachers. So they are authors and also, that's the thing, that's the next thing, also. They are authors and also they are institutors of law. Yes. Institutors of law. So lawmakers, you can say. They are lawmakers. Then, what is the next one? They are also, we said, they are also founders of civil society. Founders of civil society. And three, there we are speaking about poets. Inventors of art of life. Inventors of art of life. When you say art of life, immediately who comes to your mind is Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. Art of life. Art of living. He is a poet. Art of life. Then you have teachers. All your teachers are poets. Not that they are coming to the class and singing. And the agents of the invisible world. That is fifth one. Agents of the invisible world. Invisible world because nobody has seen it. And that is religion. Religion. Invisible world is religion. So this is how you describe a poet. Poets are authors of this. And poets are also lawmakers. Lawmakers, because the poets, the law that is given by poets are love. There is a Malayalam, a great Malayalam poet that says, Oratta madam ulagin uyeran prema madam nallu. Oratta madam. So only one religion. सिर्फ एक ही religion है. वो कौन सा religion है? वो है प्यार का religion. और अट्टे मदम उलगिन उयरान, उलग मतलब दुनिया. इस दुनिया के लिए सिर्फ एक ही लॉ है. Sirf ek hi law hai. What is that? Oh hai, the law of love. Who teaches this? Poets. Just now I recited. No? Even those who don't know Malayalam, you have understood me. No? Oratta, the only one. Oratta Madam. Madam means religion. Only one religion. Ulagin Uyaran. For dunya. Dunya aage badhne ke liye. That is, make better. To make this world better, there is only one religion, and that religion is love. The religion of love. Who has preached this religion of love? Poets. Already I have given you a line that is a poem. Famous poem. And they are founders of civil society. See, what is you take any great work of art, you will find that there is this message of love. Isn't it? Yes. Then either it is human beings or animals, or it is nature, or it is directly God. You know about Kabir Das ke dohe, Sur Das ke dohe, you know. What are these? They tell you about love, universal love and God. Love and God. Love is God, God is love. So Surdas ke dohe aur Kabir Das ke dohe sab kya hai? Or what about this Bhagavan ka Geet, that is Bhagavad Geet, Bhagavad Gita. That is the song of the Lord. What is in it? That is instituting a law. What is that law? Law of love. Listen, there's no point in fighting. Fighting will take you nowhere. There will be no end to that. So what should you do? Start loving. So that is institutors of love. They are founders of civil society. Second one is that founders of civil society means what? You can see now, after the French Revolution, the society, the color of the society totally changed. Monarchy, aristocracy, and feudalism and all those things simply washed out. And then instead, we brought in new civil laws based on fraternity, equality, and liberty. So from that time onwards, there is a sea change in the world. Civil society is founded not on feudalism, not on absolute monarchy, but on liberty, equality, and fraternity. Inventors of art of life, already I told you, Sri Ravi Shankar. Is there anybody who has not heard of him? Not only in India but abroad. Teachers, all the teachers are poets. Because they tell you, they give you advice, useful to you for your future life and for your present life. They guide you. Any guide is a great poet. And they are agents of the universe. The priests, the gurus, the sannyasis. What do? They take you to the, or lead you to the invisible world. Every religion in its origin is allegorical. Allegory. Every religion is allegory. As Shelley says, Janus feast. You know, the month of January, it gets the name from the Roman goddess Janus. It has got two faces. One looks forward and the other looks backward. January, when you say January, you look backward and also forward. Forward to the next year, backward to the gone year that was. So, double meaning, that's all. Allegory has two meanings. Al-logos. Origin is that. Al means other. Logos means word, meaning. So when for example, the great allegory we have got in English literature is The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. It's an allegory. Fairy Queen by Edmund Spencer is an allegory. Understand? All religions, original religions are allegorical. So they are poets. But then, in the earlier epoch, the poets were called legislators and prophets. I hope we have taken this down, isn't it? So it's all about poets today. What is the idea of a poet according to Shelley? So we are saying they are authors, they are also, now we are saying that in the earlier epoch, they were called legislators and prophets. So poet means legislators, lawmakers, not the present lawmakers, and prophets. Lawmakers mean guiding you, lawmaker. A lawmaker guides you. And prophets, not that Madam Sosostris in P.B.Shelley's poem. That is not the poem. Or the Sibyl of Kumi. Nam Sibyllam Kudam Kumis Ego Ipse Oculus Vidi. That Sibyl, no. The dying Sibyl, no. But it is participating in the eternal truth. That's the thing. Eternal truth. It's not foretelling something. That is superstition or oracles. It's not that. The poet essentially comprises and unites both these characters. He has got both these characters. Only then we can call him a poet. A poet essentially. He beholds or he sees the present intensely. He feels the present intensely. He discovers laws for ordering this present. How the present ought to be ordered. And then he beholds the future in the present. How the future should go. That is like a plant in the seed. Like a plant in the seed. He participates in the eternal, the infinite, the beyond time, the beyond place, the beyond number. That is it. So when you say that he is prophet, he participates in the legislators means order, bringing order to society. How society should be ordered, how life should be ordered. Any point we can see that. At the end of it, of course it is like. So for example, when you read Othello, at the end of it, there is a tragedy, but we know what caused that tragedy, we should avoid that. Jealousy, the all corrosive jealousy. So there is order. All the tragedies bring order to the world. You can think, otherwise you take anyone, not even a single work of art leaves you in a chaotic world. Even about yesterday, the wasteland, people are complaining that it is chaotic. Multiplicity of voices, multiplicity of ideas, multiplicity of myths. See? Mythical method, all these things they are saying. When you come to the end of the Shanti, 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 that is ordering. The world is to be ordered. P.B.Shelley felt the present intensely. See? And then what did he do? He tried to find out the laws for ordering how the society should be ordered. What is the only salvation for society? Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Understand? Kill your desire. Fire sermon. So, kill your desire. And then, there will be Shanti, Shanti. So, ordering. A poet orders. Orders means not commanding. Come here, go there. No. It's putting the society in order. For example, you see, great work of art, sublime, as Longinus would call it. Great works of art written for the posterity. Any sublime work is for posterity and it will remain. The book of Job, choruses of Aeschylus, Dante's Paradise, Shakespeare's Hamlet or Othello. What you find is that they are books written at a particular time, but they are applicable to the whole world and all the inhabitants of this world any time. That is what is meant by sublime, according to Longinus. Of course, Shelley doesn't use this word sublime, but that's the meaning. Book of Job can be, you can change the name Job. You can change the names of his friends, his wife. You can change his disease from sickness, from leprosy to something else. But still you see that nucleus, it remains for all time. All time. That is what is meant by a work of art. Sublime work of art. Poets or others of that. It is said that the choruses of Aeschylus, each and every one is a precept. And of course, I need not further explain Dante's Paradise, because everybody knows everything about it. Isn't it? So there you are. That is what you call poetry. It has no time, it has no place, it has no name, it has no number. This is what is meant by saying poets are prophets. Not that they are going to foretell what your future is like. Madams or sisters, in feverish anxiety, she said, one should be careful these days. The person who foretells the future herself says that one should be careful these days. Then where is the security? What is the truth in what she says? There's nothing. All nonsense. Isn't it? Yeah. So therefore, you can change the form, change the grammar, change the language, change the words, change the situation, but still what will happen without any injury to the central idea? This can be read, this can be understood, this can be made useful to people. Listen. So you can see, and now he says, after saying this point, the second point that he discusses is the higher position of poets. Because as we have seen already, the higher position of poets. What is this higher position of poets? He says, think of founders of religion. Think of founders of empire. Think of founders of great civilizations. What happens to all these people? Their fame lasts till their institution lasts. Rome. Who founded the empire? Who was the founder of Rome? Does anybody know? No. But you know Cicero. You have heard of Livy. Isn't it? The historian. You have heard of them. They remain even now. They remain alive even now. But what about the founder of Rome? How many of you know that? How many of us know that? See, that's the thing. That is the difference between a poet and the legislators, founders of religion, even founders of religion. Then, till that religion lasts. That's all. Only till their institutions last. And when that institution disappears, the person disappears. But what about the poet? The poet remains. That is the higher position of the poet. There shouldn't be, he says, according to Shelley, there shouldn't be any difference between prose writers and poets. Even prose writers are great poets. he gives examples of Lord Bacon. His essay on death. That's the example that he gives. And he says that Lord Bacon, his sweet and majestic rhythm and superhuman intellect. The sweet and majestic rhythm of Bacon and the superhuman intellect of Bacon makes him a poet. The rhythm of his style. Studies serve for delight, for ornament, for ability. Isn't it? Some books are to be tasted, that sentence. Others to be chewed and digested. The majestic rhythm and also the superhuman intellect. Sweet are the uses of adversity. Isn't it? Revenge is wild justice. Aha, what more you want? So this is how we go. So Bacon, although he is a prose writer, he is a poet, according to Shelley. Plato, essentially a poet. The splendor of his images. That's what Shelley. The splendor of his imagery and the melody of his language makes him a poet. And the monuments of Greece might have disappeared. The monuments of, but Plato remains. So the great lawmakers of England, Miss Parliament and so on, people in the Parliament, not poets, they might have, nobody might even know their names, but you will never forget Bacon, Lord Bacon. See the higher position. The supreme poets, Dante. Italy may live or Italy may flourish. Because the other word I don't want to say, it is not our country. But Dante will be there. Shakespeare, Milton. They are loftiest philosophers. Loftiest philosophers. Poets. And these are poets. So higher position or highest position of poetry is poets writes for posterity. They never die. They are immortal. It's immortality. So in sailing to Byzantium, it is that craving for immortality you will find in the last stanza of the poem. Immortality. Once out of my bodily form, once out of this world, I shall never take my bodily form. This to be eternally living. That's his desire for eternally, for living eternally. He says it will. And Shakespeare, I don't know exactly, neither marble, the exact words I don't know, but the meaning is this, that the kingdoms may vanish, but my words will continue to live. Monuments made of marbles may disappear. Kingdoms may disappear, but my words will remain, VERC, will remain forever. That is the meaning. I forgot the exact words. So that is eternal. The poet writes for eternity. The poet participates in the eternity. The poet gives values that will last for eternity. See, other things may disappear. So as it is said, as long as the sun shines and the moon rises, the poet will live, and the poet will live a life of glory and splendor. That is the highest position of the poet. It's a very beautiful piece within this essay. speaks about poets are authors, they are also. And he says in the earlier epochs they were called legislators and prophets. A good poet should, in him, there must be these two qualities unified, isn't it? Then he says how the poet brings order in a chaotic society, how he is a prophet, how he is a legislator. Prophet means what? Then he speaks about higher position. There should be any distinction between prose writers and poets, because great prose writers are great poets like Lord Bacon and Plato. So just think of the position of a poet. Some Thomas Love Peacock in a magazine piece for the first ages of poetry said, it's useless pursuits. This is a useless pursuit. People will, that is going after fine arts, poetry, art, and so on. Intelligent people should make best use of their abilities for something else. And what is that? What is the reason? And also in the beginning you have seen reason is the raw material of poetry. The products of reason are the raw materials of poetry that we have seen. Already there's a rebuttal, I said. It's not a defense actually, as like a Sydney's, but it's a rebuttal. So rebuttal means to say that something is not true. And now you can see what a high pedestal is the poet stands. Does the poet stand? He is a celestial being living on earth. That is what Shelley says. I think that point is clear to you. Thank you for listening. See you again with another installment of this essay next time. Till then, bye. Have a nice time. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe so that you don't miss updates. Okay? And also it's good for me also. Bye. Have a nice day.